Welcome to Step Up English.
A happy hi everyone. So today we will get a clear idea of tenses. So without any further delay, let's get started. Tenses are of three forms: past tense, present tense and future tense. It comes under four categories: simple, continuous, perfect and perfect continuous. So totally we have 12 tenses. Before we move on to each tenses in detail, if you would like to know more about V1, V2, V3, V4 and V5 verbs, have a look at the link in the description box. Starting with simple present tense, it takes the form V1 or V1 plus yes or es, is, am, are, to. There are four different ways of using simple present tense. First, routine or regular habit. Examples: I wake up early in the morning, she drinks milk in the evening, he does exercises every day. Second, likes or dislikes. I like stars, he likes to dance, she does not like juice. Facts: the sun rises in the east. It doesn't change, it's a universal fact. It doesn't change in any case. Second, cows have four legs. It's a fact too. Fourth, general info. I am a teacher. That is a secret. There are many chairs in the room. Even what you have right now come under simple present tense. I have many candies. She has a ball. So those kind of information come under simple present tense too.
I wake up early in the morning. I play cricket. I like to eat apples.
Now we have simple past tense. It just takes the form of V2. V2 is nothing but just the past tense of the verbs. We use this to mention something happened in the past. The action is already over. Example: I ate an apple yesterday. So if you can simply say I ate an apple. If the question is just what did you eat, you can simply say without timing. Next, she went to the park last week. If the question is simply where did she go, you can just say she went to the park. We learned simple present tense a minute ago. We just learnt it, but the action is over. Even though we just learnt, the action is over. So we learned simple present tense a minute ago. That comes under past tense too. My friend watched a horror movie. We are not mentioning time here. We just give the information my friend watched a horror movie.
I woke up late today, so I missed my school bus.
Moving on to simple future tense. This is also one of an easy kind. This takes the form will plus V1. Something going to happen in the future. For example, he will go to the school tomorrow, which is going to happen tomorrow. You will win the game. You guess sometimes this is what going to happen. So there also you use simple future tense to mention. Next Sunday I will play with you. You are saying you will play with somebody next Sunday. You are giving a promise and you are saying this is what going to happen. It will rain today. This is a guess again. So it will rain today. It may or may not rain. So it is just a guess. So simple future tense can mention something going to happen in the future and some of the guesses too.
She will come tomorrow. We will meet her.
Coming up next, present continuous tense. It takes the form is, am, are plus V1 plus ing. We use this to mention something happening right now. Whatever is happening right now always come under present continuous tense. Examples: we are learning tenses now. There is a dog behind you. I am reading the newspaper. She is sleeping at the moment. So instead of saying now, you can just say at the moment. There are different way of mentioning what is going on right now. So just whatever is going on right now come under present continuous tense. Just simple as that.
I am drawing, but she is writing her homework.
Moving on to past continuous tense, it takes the form was or were plus V1 plus ing. Was is the past tense of both is and am, and were is the past tense of are. We use this to mention something happened for a certain period of time in the past. Example: it was raining yesterday evening. I was eating pizzas when she called me to go outside. This is the most common way of using past continuous tense. I was doing this when this happened. She was doing that when that happened. She was studying when mom called her. He was drawing when I entered the room. So this was happening when this happened. that was happening when this happened. This is the most common way of using past continuous tense. There are some other cases too. For example, simultaneous actions. They were laughing while she was crying. And till what period of time it happened? She was studying until her dad returned home. So these are the different usage of past continuous tense, but most often we use along with when.
I was writing busily when you entered the room.
Coming up next, future continuous tense. It takes the form will be plus V1 plus ing. We use this to mention something going to happen for a certain period of time in the future. Example, I will be waiting for you, come soon. And whatever you use it under future continuous tense, you are almost sure about it. You are sure that this is what going to happen. Rita will be cooking at this time tomorrow. See, this is what going to happen. Rita will be cooking at this time tomorrow. Hari will be sleeping when she arrives tonight. So this is you guess almost this is what going to happen. It will be raining this evening. If I say it will rain this evening, it may or may not rain. But if I say it will be raining this evening, you are 70% sure about it. So these are the ways we use future continuous tense.
She will be coming little late, but I will be there in 10 minutes.
Moving on to present perfect tense, it takes the form has or have plus V3 verbs. V3 verbs is nothing but past participle of the verbs. So there are 6 different ways of using this particular tense. First, finished actions or recent completed actions. For example, I have just finished my project. Dave has already ironed the shirts. She has lost her wallet. So, finished action or recently completed action. Second, life experiences. I have eaten dumplings, which means you are saying that you have had experience of eating dumplings. She has never eaten chicken. It's again experience, but you have never tried it. Third way, duration from past until now. I have lived in Paris for 7 years. Even now you may live, but you are mentioning that you have had the experience of 7 years living in Paris. So this is a kind of experience too, but saying it along with duration. Fourth one, multiple actions at different times. Example, he has visited Florida several times. Even I have met him many times. I have talked to her for some time. So multiple actions at different times come under the same tense. Fifth one, changed over time. I was not drinking milk. I have become addicted to milk nowadays. Another example, I have become more interested in microbiology. You was not interested before. Now you have become more interested in microbiology nowadays. Last one, unfinished actions. Example, Sam has not come yet, or I have not completed the project. She has not eaten the vegetables. Something unfinished actions. So these are the 6 ways of using present perfect tense.
I have watched that movie, but she has not watched yet.
Moving on to past perfect tense. Past perfect tense takes the form had plus V3. We usually call it as past of the past tense. For example, I noticed that he had left his books behind. Actually, we should not say it in the way I noticed he left his books. That is what we usually say. I noticed he left his books. I noticed that. I saw he left his books. That is what we use, but that is wrong usage. Because when you notice that the other action has already over. So you have to frame sentences in past perfect tense. The correct way is I noticed that he had left his books behind. When we arrived, the film had started. So you just conveying that when you watched a movie, the film has already started before you reach the theater. So you are just conveying after watching the movie. Second usage, unreal or imaginary things. We wish we hadn't eaten so much. So you are regretting eating something. I wish I had gone to bed so early. Again, regretting. Maybe you might have gotten up late in the next morning. Third usage, duration in the past. I had never seen him for 5 days. When he graduated, he had been in London for 6 years. Maybe he has completed 5 years as of now. The next year, when he graduated, he had been in London for 6 years. Fourth usage, after verbs like said, told, or asked. She said she had swum. Swum is the past participle of swim, V3 form of swim. So she said that she had the experience of swimming. She said she had swum. And this final one is actually an additional information, but we usually use past perfect tense in this if class most often. So I want this also to be added to get more clarity. So if class of the third conditional, examples, if it had rained, I would have bought an umbrella. If you had studied for the test, you wouldn't have failed. You would have passed. So something imaginary if class third conditional sentences. That's done for this tense.
He had played basketball, you know.
Next we have future perfect tense. This takes the form will have plus V3. There are 4 different ways of using this. First one, to mention something will be finished before a certain time in the future. Example, we will have shifted to our new home by next week. So by next week we will have shifted already. So we usually use this as within the certain period of time in the future, this would have completed. This particular action will have completed within the certain time limit. By 8 o'clock tomorrow, I will have taken off for Japan. Another example, you didn't complete your project yet? When are you going to complete? I will have completed my project by this Friday, which means if you ask me on Saturday, I would say I have completed already. So you are assuring I will have completed my project by this Friday. Second usage, something will be completed before another event in the future. Example, she will have learnt Korean before she moves to South Korea. I will have prepared breakfast by the time the children wake up. So before this happens, this is going to happen in the future before that happens. Both of them occurs in the future. Third usage, to express conviction that something happened in the near past. It has already happened. You are assuring and you are confirming that it has just happened successfully or it has happened just now properly. Example, the guests will have arrived at the hotel by now. Final usage, defined duration in relation to a future moment. This June, my grandparents will have been married for 50 years. So, by this June, they are going to reach 50 years. They are on the process of reaching 50 years. So, by this June, they are going to celebrate their 50th wedding anniversary in June. So that's what they meant here. This June, my grandparents will have been married for 50 years. Here, been is nothing but the past participle of be. So it is not the been which we use it for perfect continuous tense. So this is a past participle V3 form of be.
I will have completed this bottle of peanut butter by this Sunday. You will see.
Present perfect continuous tense takes the form has been or have been plus V1 plus ing. We use has been along with he, she, or it, have been with I, we, you, they. There are 2 different ways of using this tense. First one, to mention duration of the action started in the past, continuing until now. It started before a certain period of time, but still it's going on. I have been teaching for 10 years. So I started before 10 years, but still I'm teaching. They have been watching movies since morning. The action is not completed. They are still watching. He has been playing football since 2018. So from 2018 still now he has been playing football. Second, actions happening recently. She has been exercising a lot recently. I have been learning grammar rules lately. Lately is the same meaning as recently. So these are the 2 ways come under present perfect continuous tense.
She has been searching for that book since morning.
Coming up next, past perfect continuous tense. It takes the form had been plus V1 plus ing. There are two ways to use this too. First one, to express past actions started in the past, continued for a certain period of time, and ended in the past itself. It is not continuing. It is not happening right now. Present perfect continuous tense, which is happening right now, it started in the past, but it's still happening. When it comes to past perfect continuous tense, it started in the past, it also ended in the past. First one, I had been singing that song all day. I had been doing, but not now. The employees had been achieving the target before the boss came, but it maybe the boss can be a new employee, maybe a new comer. So after the boss came, the result wasn't that good. The employees had been achieving the target before the boss came. We had been looking for the wallet for 2 hours when Mary found it. Again, mentioning what has happened already for a certain period of time, started and got over in the past. Second, to show the cause of a past action. Richard needed a holiday because he had been working hard for 6 months. I had been traveling all night, so I was tired. You are telling certain comments and giving reason to the particular action done.
I had been waiting for you for 2 hours, but you didn't come.
And last and final one, future perfect continuous tense. This takes the form will have been plus V1 plus ing. So there are two ways of using this tenses too. First one, duration of an ongoing future action that begins before another future event or time. So just opposite to past perfect continuous. It started in the past, got over in the past. But future perfect continuous tense, it is going to start in the future, and we also mention another activity which is going to happen in relation to that. How? Paul will have been waiting for over an hour when Jin finally arrives. So when Jin arrives, it would have been already an hour. He would be waiting already for an hour. Second one, I will have been working at the bank for 11 years by the time you retire. So by the time you retire, I would have completed 11 years. Second usage, future situation caused by ongoing future action. Jungkook's eyes will be tired because he will have been staring at the computer all day. So if for example, even we say the same thing to the children, if you keep on doing this, your eyes will get tired. So your eyes will get tired or will be tired because you will have been staring at the computer even tomorrow. Even though I say you are not going to change, you will be doing this continuously and you will get your eyes tired. So you are saying something which is surely going to happen in the future. Jungkook's eyes will be tired because he will have been staring at the computer all day.
I will have been writing a story at this time next Sunday.
So that's done with the tenses. Hope you got a clear idea about each tenses, and please give a big thumbs up and a like, and do subscribe to my channel to get even more clear explanation of each and every parts of grammars. Thank you.